Hi YouTube. Most of you know me from XX Naomi XX, but I've had to make like multiple tubes for some reason because Google's being really retarded right now. I'm not sure why, but I guess Google, you have to have an account or some type of bullshit that's going on. But last time you guys talked to me, I had fucking bleach blonde ass hair and it was like 3 weeks and some odd days before I went to boot camp. Well, I'm back from boot camp, and my hair is technically gone currently. And no, I'm not Justin Bieber's sister. I swear to God, everyone's called me that. Um, I'm here to talk to you about the Navy, and if you're thinking about joining, and if you're already in, that's cool as fuck. There's some things that I can't talk to you guys about because I was sworn under oath not to say anything. Whatever, government's top secret anyway. But if you're thinking about joining the Navy, it's a really, really good idea. I think boot camp's 13 weeks now. I think I just heard some random bullshit. It's 13 weeks and they don't cut your hair anymore, but obviously I love my hair being cut. Like, kind of nice. Anyway, most people say I look like my ex-husband, but that's kind of weird because he's a malicious fat bastard. So it's cool. We're not going to go anywhere that. Anyway, so yeah, I'm 19. I'm trying to think. I think 19 is like the best kind of age to go into right now because like say if you're just getting out of college, I mean, yeah, you'll get like E3 or whatever, but like it's like really hard to join. So that doesn't mean just because you got out of college, oh yeah, I'm gonna join the military now because we're actually trying to kick people out. But if you do get in and you're just like right out of high school, it's a really good idea to join the Navy. Things I experienced in boot camp was hell. Like they broke me. They broke the fuck out of me. They broke the fuck out of my roommate. Um, it was the most painful experience I've ever went through in my whole life. Like I never knew I could run a mile and a half in under 15. I never thought I would even be able to do half the shit that I could do, like 50, 60, 70, 80 like sit-ups and then like 40, 50 push-ups like within 2 minutes, you know what I mean? And I have like really small arms, so like I didn't think that I was able to do that much because I'm like really small because I'm not one of those lesbians that likes to look all buff. That's just not fucking me. Let me think. Let me try to say. When you first get to boot camp, they yell at you, they scream at you. I was riding on the bus, and I can remember that night too. I had no sleep. I was going on like so much stress. I was like, shit, I'm gonna get beat the fuck out of in boot camp. And it's hard. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, it's fucking hard. Like when I got first there, when I got on that bus, I can remember thinking like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like I'm gonna get beat the hell out of. It's not gonna be fun. This is gonna suck so bad. And I can remember myself saying that to myself. And there was a girl right next to me, and we were both scared. Like we were just so fucking scared out of our minds. And we were saying to ourselves, what the hell did we get ourselves into? But it's all worth it. Like, obviously, I'm such more of a better person than I am now than when I was. Because before I went in, I was really bad. Like, I didn't give a fuck about myself. I didn't care about the world. I didn't give a fuck about anything. Now, I can go around and be like, what? I can put together an M16. What can you do? Blow some dude's dick? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's I don't know how to say it. Like I can do so much more stuff. Like I can run better. My schoolhouse just deemed me their new guidon, which was pretty cool. They told me I was a bit too tall to be a guidon, but I really don't care because whatever. I get to hold a giant stick while running 2 to 3 miles. Whatever. Let me think. some more stuff about boot camp? I can't really remember. I remember they made us. We were that division that almost got our RDC's ropes taken away from because we were that bad. The first couple of weeks, it took me a while to get used to because it was just it was so stressful. Like I was not used to anything, and like I was such a slow learner because of how the stress, and I didn't take everything that I was taught. Like we did stenciling the first couple of days. Like I was just wanting this to be all over, but my RDCs, I think I got called in the office like every other day just because they wanted to talk to me and yell at me and fucking make me IT and everything. Like I was so bad that they would not want me to be in inspections, but like at the last like amount of time, I was really good. I finally caught on like first last couple weeks, which is really bad, but I think that they had to break me down to that point. That's why I wasn't getting everything because I was still in that phase where, oh fuck you, I don't care. I'm gonna just do whatever the fuck I want. But in reality, like you have to be strong because what they're doing is just making you a better person. It's not their intention. And now I can go out and be like, yeah, that's my shipmate. Like I can actually bullshit with not like a petty officer, but like I can bullshit with like a seaman or a seaman apprentice, and I can go out there and just be like, hey, what's going on? Like I'm doing the same thing you're doing. Like it's really cool. Like I just got my orders to the Hilo Squadron, which is really cool because it's a special anti-sub warfare squadron, which I'm pretty excited. I get to work with SEALs and fucking Green Berets. It's fucking sweet. Like I never thought in my right mind like I would ever be able to do this, but it's come to that point where like there's so many opportunities that will be given to you if you just take them. Um, let me see. Uh, in boot camp when I was going through it, make sure you have people write you letters. Yeah, I was writing letters every other night. Like it helps. If you're one of those type of people where like you have to have somebody like to talk to, like my bunkmate, she was a bitch, so like it was nice when I got letters. I'm trying to think. Just have your family write you letters. Like my dad, I failed my last test in boot camp, and because you get 3 tests when you go through boot camp, and if you fail one of them, you get sent back in training because obviously they think you're not ready. So just study while you're in boot camp. Pay attention to everything. Paying attention to detail is what they will drill into your head. But anyway, I failed my last test and I was crying. I was heartbroken. I was like, fuck, I really want to do this. Like, when you fail, it's like your RDCs, they will put something into you like, oh, yeah, I failed. Now I've got to do like 10 times harder just to prove to people that I'm way better than what they think I am. So it's like, it's a very motivating factor. Like, it's not like, oh, yeah, whatever, fuck you. Like, it's very family driven, like sort of say, because we're all shipmates, we're all out there defending the ensign, which is aka the flag. Um, it's just people look at you differently now that you went through boot camp. Like my mom, she looks at me way differently. Like somebody else who like talks to me, they're like, oh wow, they talk to me differently. They see me in a different tone. Like my mom actually looks up to me, and that's kind of cool. Like to have your parents look up to you, it's like the most amazing feeling in the world. Um, Graduation was a lot of fun. Let me think. I'm like just rambling, just trying to put shit together. Let me think. Trying to think. What else in boot camp? Oh yeah, the whole when I failed my last test. When I failed my last test, I was really heartbroken. But my dad sent me a letter, and he was like, you know what, kid, you're doing great. Like, just keep up. In like that whole night, I studied for 4 hours. When I had like battle stations, which is the main final test, the next day. And if I didn't pass that final main test, I was gonna get sent back in training 2 weeks, and then couldn't go to battle stations. Had to switch to a different division. So like all this stuff was like on my head. Like so I had to fucking pass my last test. But don't stress yourself out, because if you stress yourself out, then it was the worst thing. I was sitting up all night crying in my bed. I was like, I thought that I wasn't gonna do good. I thought I was gonna be like that failure that everybody thought I was, and my RDCs told me. My RDCs broke me down to the point where, I told them about like I was married. Um, I know, right? You can't see it, but I was married. Boot camp actually helped me find out who I was. That's the person you're looking at and listening talk to today. Um, I want to thank all my RDCs if like they'll ever find this on YouTube. But my RDCs were the best. Like, I'm glad I had my RDCs because they bitched me. I mean, Chief Sailor, she made me into the woman I am today. Like, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't be the same person I am now. I always knew in my heart like who I was, but I needed somebody to help me push towards what I was, and the Navy really helped me do that. Like I said, people take you so much more serious, and you take yourself serious. Like, you won't see it at first of how much you've developed, but after that, you're like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I am developed this much, and it's like the greatest feeling in the world. Like, you can't at graduation, there will never be another time like that until you make chief. But I'm going officer, so um, when you make chief, or no, when you even graduate, like, just the feeling you get is amazing. Like, just graduating, it's it's crazy. Like, I will never forget the day that I was in my formation and my mom saw me walk across the drill hall in my dress blues. And all I can remember is it's really bad. Like, I'm not even kidding. My mom was so happy. Like, she was so proud of me and so happy that I saw what she wrote on her Facebook page, like, after my final main battle station. And, like, before we graduated, I was like, oh my god, oh my god, crazy. But no, my mom was sitting, like, up high on the stands, and she saw me, and she screamed down to me, and it was really cool. Like, my mom, my stepdad, my dad, and my dad's soon-to-be wife now. It was girlfriend at the time. But it was just really cool. Like, I remember my mom pushed some old lady over, which don't make your parents do that. But my mom was just a little bit crazy. Um, she pushed some old lady over, and she was like, "Oh my God, Naomi!" And she like ran and squeezed me. She just started crying. Like, we both started crying, and it was really cool. Like, it was like that bonding moment with parents where you're just like, "Oh yay," So it's not like the Navy's a bad thing, and it's the greatest I could. It's the best thing I could have done for myself is join the Navy, because now I get to see the world. Like, I get to be that person that, people are like, oh, well, she's actually doing something with her life, and she's actually protecting all of us, because, you know, they're we're still in Iraq. I mean, we're still fighting for our freedom. We're still doing all this, and, I'm one of those people who can say like, oh yeah, I'm fighting actually for the country. Like, it's not just about me. It's like, you know, it's about a bunch of other people. Like, everybody who's having kids, which, don't do that. That's the most dumbest thing you could do right now is have a kid. I personally, I think it's disgusting. But anywho, um, like, all those people who are going out there now and having kids, like, I am protecting their kids from like terrorism and shit like I'm one of those people that I'm very patriotic now. Like, I was a lot more patriotic now than I was then. Obviously, I didn't give a fuck about patriotism before I came to the Navy, but now I'm like, wow, I actually am wearing a uniform that people before me have died in to defend some people that are arrogant and they don't understand what military goes through. If it wasn't for the Navy, I probably would be nowhere right now. I would probably be still doing the same shit I'm doing and not moving forward with my life. Um, every day I thank the Navy for what it's done for me. I mean, even though I'm an E1, I mean, I'm still trying to go top of my class. Like, I never had that push. That Navy has given me push in my life. Like,